Now, I run a very, very large allotment site and it's a lot of work, but I've learned a few things in my time there and I want to share them with you. So we'll take a look at an unused allotment plot, and this could be something that's very typical of what gets handed over. So I'll take a look at the image that I've got on my phone and I'll show it to you as well. Okay. Right, so it's already got a chicken wire fence around the perimeter, which is good. It's mainly grass, which when you take on your plot, or if you're looking on changing an overgrown plot, it just basically goes back to lawn. So there's a lot of grass around there. There's an old shed which can go, but right, okay, so if I was coming to this new, and I've seen people do it, they take what they've been given. So if they have an allotment site, or they've just been handed over an allotment site and there's 4 beds and they're dug in just like that, 9 times out of 10, the new people will just dig in the same beds and keep it the same layout. Now, it's fine, but it's pretty much a cop-out. So you want to design your allotment from day one, how you'll use it, how you'll get the best from it, and what's best for your situation. So in this, if we are going for a 60-year-old plus with some slight mobility options, I would go for something that's low maintenance. And essentially, what I mean by low maintenance is it's easy to take care of, it's easy to manage, and harvesting the vegetables again is easy. So I would go for raised beds and I would put them in the center of a plot, and I would go from sizes of around, well, on the channel you see mine, and the ones I've done in my garden are 1 meter square, and the reason I do them in 1 meter square is because your arm can reach in and it's around 50 centimeters. So whichever side of a bed you are, you're going to be able to reach into the middle. Now for growing things like potatoes or sweet potatoes, or something where you need a lot of room, or sweet corn, you're going to need a bigger bed. So I would do a mix of different size beds and I would put them towards the center of a plot, giving yourselves a lovely pathway in between. And for the pathway, I would put a weed-proof membrane down first, and I would simply put wood chip on there as well. And if you are an allotment site, you'll find that wood chip, it just gets delivered onto site. And if you haven't got wood chip on your site, all it takes is see your site manager. It's as simple as calling round a few tree surgeons, let them know where you are, and they will just come and deliver the wood chip for you. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's really handy for gardeners. And on that note, if you have a good relationship with the tree surgeons, try and get them to drop off wood chip that isn't purely just conifers. Okay, but conifer wood chippings on the ground is fairly good because it literally kills everything it touches. So it does suppress them weeds even better. So I would go for wood chip around the beds, and that would be very easy maintenance because we top it up every year. Okay, so you just top the wood chip up as it comes in, dead simple. Around the side of a wood chipped area, I would probably, the way the environment's going and the way people are gardening now, just from what I've seen, is it's very nature friendly. So what I would go for is a border around of a wildflower meadow, if you can get away with it on your site. So ask your site manager if that's allowed. And with that, you only trim it once or twice a year. So you can let it grow up. It brings all the pollinators into your plot. It's exactly what you want. And it helps nature out. So everyone wins. Now, you've got your beds, you've got your paths. and you've got your edging and your chicken wire fencing all around, you're looking good. So you'll probably want to move on from this point. So I would plan in an area for some composting, and I would plan in an area where you could have a seat, so a little bench, and possibly a 6x4 shed, so you can keep all your tools nice and safe in there. So I would put them to the side or to the top of a plot. And when it comes to placement of garden buildings, again, ask the site manager what's allowed on the site, because everywhere is different. But if you are allowed a shed, I would check where the wind comes from, because on every site the wind, it hits at a certain angle more times than others. So for me, I'm on the coast, so the wind always comes in from the coast and it rarely goes the other way. So you can plan your site around that, and if you place your shed in the way of the wind, it gives some protection on the other side of the shed. So we've got our bench, we've got our little shed up, and we've got a little area for composting, which is good. So the smaller the area for composting, you can turn it more regular and get into it. What I've found with a very large compost heap, you tend to just dump everything in there, leave it, and turn it less often. So if you want compost turned over faster, so you want it quicker, then smaller, quicker, and just keep turning it over. And for the water butt, I would go with an open top water butt. If you are out on the allotment, I wouldn't be putting the tops on. Leave the top off and let the runoff from the shed fill the water butt. It's really simple. And water butt collected rain, if you use it, it's better for the plants. It's no chemicals in there. It's a good all-round water source. So all you would do with the lid off a water butt is dunk your your watering can in, out, and water straight away. It's dead easy. It's less on your joints to walking around with a hose, and it's better for your plants. So water butt is always a good option. And then, because we haven't mentioned greenhouses or polytunnels, which everybody who starts an allotment always goes full guns, and they want everything now straight away. And what we see, or what I see more often than not, they'll get all these things and realise they haven't got time to manage it. So if I didn't want the hassle of looking after a polytunnel or a greenhouse, I would go for a low tunnel. If you're only sowing vegetables for yourself, a low tunnel is absolutely fantastic. It is basically an air fryer for vegetables. It does everything a lot quicker. It extends the season. It's perfect. In fact, it's so perfect, I'll link a video to this description or top, so you can see how to build one. Quite simple to make. You just need to get materials and follow my video, and it'll show you exactly what you need to do. But I would put 2 of those onto this little scenario we've got going on, and that will it'll give you an area of shelter to do your lettuces or anything you want to extend the season. In the height of summer, peppers are very good in low tunnels. And what you'll see is the plot, it can be left. It can be left for longer, lower maintenance, and it'll be a good looking plot, which a good looking plot makes you, or encourage you to go back and do more to it. Because if you're proud of your plot, you want to be doing more or spending some time there. So that's what I would do in that sort of situation. As for the sizes of the raised beds, you can use, which is very popular, scaffold planks. Now these can get expensive, so it depends how many beds you put it in, but if they will last a long time. They are 1.5 inches thick and they're solid, so they should last as long as you bolt them together correctly, they'll last and they'll do a good job, and they're a good depth as well. There is a cheaper option. You can go for the inch wide planks, fully treated, and they just work out a little bit cheaper, but they're less sturdy. But saying that, on my allotment myself, I put kickboards in, so they're the things that go under the fencing. They're only about half an inch thick, and they've lasted a good while, so it's up to you on sort of budget wise, but it is achievable, and it just gives you that nice separation from dirt to your growing beds. I hope you found this interesting, and if you like this style of video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you want your plot analysed, and maybe the community will help throw some suggestions in there as well, send it to me. Email over a couple of pictures, see what we can do with it, and let's get the ball rolling on these allotment garden reviews or garden design reviews. And we will be doing more of these. I'll be doing some home garden reviews on what you can do to maximise your vegetable yield out of your garden, and so many more. We've got loads of plans for this channel, and it's only going to get bigger. It's big now, it's going to get bigger and better. So with that said, we'll see you next time.